We find in Parshas Chukat that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did a tremendous nace for Klal Yisrael. It says that in the pasuk, Misham nasu v'yachnu me'evar non asher b'midbar yotzei migvul ha'emori al ken yomer b'sefer milchamos Hashem es vohiv b'sufa v'esen acholim arnon. The Gemara tells us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu at the time did a tremendous nace for the Jewish people. Es vohiv b'sufa. There were two Mitzrayim who were walking at the end of the Machne, because as you learned to Parshas Nasa, Mitzrayim are not permitted to enter into the Machne Yisrael. And the Goyim had planned an ambush for the Jewish people, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu caused the two mountains to join together, and those people who were supposed to ambush Klal Yisrael were killed as the two mountains joined together. The ones who found this were two Mitzrayim who were following at the end of the Machne, as we learn over here in Brachos and Daf Nun Daled Amud Aleph. This is not like Rashi says, but this is what it says in Gemara and Daf Nun Daled Amud Aleph. What's interesting is we find a very similar idea in Melachim Beis Perek Zayin. When the Jews are surrounded by Chazael in Shomron, it says there were four Mitzrayim outside Klal Yisrael. The Jews are surrounded, besieged by the Aramim, and the ones who notice it are the Mitzrayim. It's fascinating to find in two separate places that the nace that HaKadosh Baruch Hu does to the Jewish people is revealed to them through Mitzrayim, through people who are outside of the Machne, people who are not allowed into the city, into the Machne of Yisrael. What possible common denominator could we find between these two ideas? Possibly what I'd like to suggest, although I haven't found anything about this specifically in the Mefarshim, is the following idea. Sometimes we wonder, we look around and we see people who seem to be distant, who seem to be separate from Klal Yisrael, and we're not sure exactly how they are connected. What HaKadosh Baruch Hu does is he performs a nace. And that nace is revealed only to those people, only to those ones who are outside the Machne, and they're the ones who see it, and it causes them to realize the godless of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and bring them back. This is something that we see even in our times. People seeming very distant from Klal Yisrael, from Torah, from connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Something unusual happens to their life, and it causes them to wake up and come back. We should be smart enough to realize the chasadim that HaKadosh Baruch Hu does for us, that we don't need to be outside, we should realize them from the inside, and through those we should be able to give shevach to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as the pasuk goes on to say, Oz Yashir Yisrael es Hashira Zos Aliva Er Enula, and as we know, Oz Yashir is always referring to La'asad Lavo to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that we should be able to see the Bias Mashiach. Looking forward to seeing you in Eretz Yisrael, Be'ezrat Hashem, next year.